Uh, and we are live.
Hello, 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 hello. Wow. We normally it's Marielle and myself or myself and Janie, but we have three powerful, explosive queens on here. So this is something new for me. I have two global women that's powerful. We have Marielle from Australia and we have Janie from Belgium, and I am here in the US. But this topic on this Sunday morning, it's about Marielle capturing the niche press moments, the she exists moments, along with the Marielle moments. So I would like to just take a minute to introduce Marielle and have her introduce herself. She is no stranger to me, but she is a little stranger to the Janie's platform as far as the global. So Marielle, introduce yourself while I share.
Oh, thank you, Queen Janelle, and thank you, Janine, for having me on your platform. It's really a pleasure, and I'm really excited because,
You
like you
are
said,
welcome.
it's always two of us, and then suddenly we have this powerful lady as well with us. So my name is Mireille Tulekima. I'm based in Perth, in Australia, and I wear quite a lot of hats, but my background is in petroleum engineering. So I'm an engineer by background, but through time, I spent 20 years working in different capacity, management, leadership, and operation. After 20 years, I decided to become an entrepreneur. So I've been an entrepreneur for 7 years full time now, and also doing a lot of empowerment work, working globally across 4 continents. So working obviously here in Australia, so Oceania, and Asia Pacific, Africa, and doing a lot of work in North America now, and I can thank the pandemic for that. So I have I have a consultancy in oil and gas in the energy sector that I manage. I also have, the Mireille Tulekima Global Leadership Organization, which is more about my global work and doing, coaching. I have a show as well, and also, empowering, women and focusing more on the energy sector. And as part of this, work, I recently been identified as one of the G100, powerful women to share the engineering chapter of this eminent, club with, some other very powerful women, ranging from, global leaders, politicians, ministers, and so I'm really wow. It's just amazing, and that's really what I want to talk about here. Is sometimes you have the feeling that. You start somewhere, and because I start from I came from a very humble beginning, never thought that I was going to be such a global figure, but I always encourage people to dream big and to push themselves and to really not look at their limitation, but more looking at what they can offer and how they can make a difference. And I'm all about greatness, so everything that you see about me is about greatness, making sure people understand that they have greatness inside of them, and really use this greatness to shine, not only shine in their own environment, but push themselves to shine globally, to make a positive impact, because that's what it's all about. You want to make a positive impact because it's not just about you, it's about what you bring and who you bring along, with what you, with the seed that you plant, and the leadership that you have. So that's a lot about me. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a sister. And one of the venture that I also wanted to talk about is the a venture that I started 2 years ago called STEM Queen. STEM is standing for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And it's a venture to empower women and girls especially the ones that are not very privileged. So encouraging them to get into the STEM industry, which are very male dominated. So encourage the girls to get those subjects at school, but also women to get into entrepreneurship in those areas. So we started in Uganda, that's in Africa, and also started one chapter here in focusing on the indigenous, our indigenous population. So very exciting life, and I can, when people ask me, where are you from? I always say I'm a citizen of the world because I've worked globally. I've visited so many countries. So last time I was counting, and it amounted to 30 plus. So I have in me a lot of cultures, and then so I'm really a citizen of the world and a melting pot of different country, different cultures. So that's me. I was born, yes, in Africa, in a country called Gabon. Grew up partly there and in France as well before, traveling the world and settling in Australia 12 years ago. So I'm fully Australian now, but with a very big, global heart, and still really interacting with a lot of people around the world in North America, in this area, and also still in Africa where my heart is, and also in Europe. So that's about me. There's probably a lot more to say, but I just don't want to sit here for hours. So this is Mireille Telekima. Yeah, I think you are muted.
You're muted. Thank you very
Yes.
much, Mireille. This was great. And it's very good to have you here on the show. Um, I am sure, Janelle, you did not introduce yourself yet. I'm going to introduce myself. This is Niche Press with the She Exists, and I am very glad that we have Mireille here on the phone on the platform, because I've been following you for some time now, and you are doing
Mm.
phenomenal things. One thing that you did not touch on is that you recently were nominated for the G100 Powerful Women to Lead 100 Global Sectors. Could you touch on a little bit about that?
So I touched a little bit about it at the beginning. So it's the G100 Club is a woman, a club for powerful women who are going to spend time to make a difference in the world. So there's gonna be 100, women in different sector, and my area is gonna be in engineering. So I'm gonna be sharing the engineering part of this club, and have a team in different countries, and
Ooh.
it's about pushing the engineering agenda to make a difference in the world, and make a difference in people's lives. So it's all about pushing the humanity to be the best
Mm.
as we can be, using engineering, using our engineering knowledge, but also bringing solution using the engineering knowledge and expertise that we have, to be able to help people in different corner of the world. So so it's recent. It
Yeah.
happened at the beginning of the month. So right now I'm putting together my team. I already have two team members. So one in Malaysia, another one in Greece, and I'm getting ready to have
Wow.
another one in South Africa. So the idea is to have 5 nominees per month, so that we can grow, and we're gonna grow this team over 2 years, and really
Yes.
work together. And I have other counterpart in different industry, in politics, um, in marketing, in networking, so there's so many of them. And the idea is to really have women really taking the stage and leading, to create a better world, a better
Yeah.
future for everybody.
That is so great. Thank
Wow.
you. You also touched on STEM. Um, why do you think that STEM is particularly important for women to be in that field?
I think, sometimes we have the feeling because when you see, who's working in STEM, you only see men, and we have the feeling that, it has to be just for men. But when you start to get, into STEM, you realize that STEM touch every a single area in our life, and funny enough touch a lot, women. And you have STEM in health, you have STEM, you take care of, the hair of people. Every project
Mm,
that you do is chemistry, so there's a STEM, input to it. We are speaking right now or using a stream. STEM is involved even in all the, the product, that we use, even
Yes.
creams or even, nail polish or whatever. There's there's science and there's STEM, associated with it, and I think that's right. I'm trying to do with, my venture, my social project, the STEM Queens, is to make, women realize that they have their place in STEM,
yeah.
and really show them the correlation between, everything that they use and the STEM aspect, so that they understand, okay, we are already part of it, but we need now to be able to lead and to be more present, because that's a necessity actually. So I think, that's how I see it. STEM is everywhere, especially now with the digital economy. I mean, you can't get away with it now. Even when you go to the doctor, if you are pregnant, ultrasound or anything, there's a STEM, input to it. So we have to be there because it impacts our life. So we can't just, leave it to one gender and sit down, and wait. Otherwise, we'll never be happy with what we have. So we have to be there in the forefront.
Absolutely, I fully agree, and also because of the the perception that it is very technical, and um, that is maybe I think the reason why a lot of girls do not choose for STEM. But if we know how to translate it in, just like you just did, like when you're doing, if you're pregnant and you're going for an ultrasound, that is also STEM. And to translate all these things so that people can come become aware of the fact that indeed it is everywhere. The traffic light where you stand to wait until it turns green or red, or when you're waiting for the train, the that all involves STEM, and we can all be a part of that in any way. So it's great, and I also believe firmly that it is very important for more women and young girls to be or to become part of that. So I'm very glad that you're taking that that route
and
and
and and that's very important to have, those women who are actually doing well to come out, so that, the girls or the younger generation can see that, they are women doing well and they can become their role model, and then you see the mindset shifting, because they can see, okay, she looks like me, I can
Yeah.
she was able to do it, so I can do it, and then you see the energy coming. So I think that's what I always do in every single platform. Where if you are in STEM, come out, show that it's okay to be a woman in STEM, and it's not something exceptional. And that's why, I tell people it's not something exceptional. Especially we women, we do so many things. We manage families, we manage, our partners, we manage the household, we work. So all of that we can do. What can we work in STEM? So It's really, when you compare all of this, it's nothing. So that's always, the message that I bring is that you can do all of this. You can be in STEM. That's not a problem. And especially now, you can actually enter STEM without any strong science background, because they are area where it's a lot of practice. So it's very practical, and then you just do. You don't have to learn everything. We see that in finance now, fintech.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people who never actually study technology, but because the tools have now a lot of tech in inside, you become a woman in tech, because that's what's happening. So don't be afraid, even if you're not a scientist. There's another way to understand. That's not a problem.
Yes, thank you. And I fully agree. As a woman in STEM, and also um, actually pushing my daughter towards STEM, she already is following, I don't know if that's how you say it, following STEM. She wanted, until yesterday, she wanted to become a developer. She also is already developing in several languages like Python and JavaScript. But yesterday, she announced that she wanted to become a lawyer. So
Oh,
let's see
okay.
what that will let's see what that will bring. I told her STEM is there too. So
Yeah, STEM is there too, because
yeah,
things are changing. Everything, technology is everywhere, so you're not gonna get
absolutely.
away you know, uh, from STEM. But that's okay. It's a choice, but it's just to let her know that STEM is gonna be there. All the software that she's gonna use as a lawyer, there's gonna be a
To do
STEM
the
impact.
searching.
So
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, yes. I wanted to touch on, because you showed us that you were in the Bragg magazine and in other magazines, but you were also in the Niche Press magazine in the March edition. Can you tell us, because I think it was the first time that you were in a Belgian-based magazine. Can you touch on a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's funny, because you know what? I got married in Belgium, so
Oh, really?
yes, I got married
Ah.
in Belgium, because back then my husband and myself, we were living in the Netherlands, and so we decided to get married in Belgium, because my brother was living there. He was my witness, so I got married in Belgium. So it's really good to be back
Wow.
on the magazine. And in Europe, I think I've been featured in a lot of magazines, but not a lot in Europe. It's been a lot
Hmm.
in North America, and also in this part of the world, and in Africa and in India. But Europe have not been a lot, the feature. So it's really welcome, and I really love the magazine as well. It's bring out the best of us, and it was actually a special one on Black History
Black History
Month.
Month. Yeah.
So yes, so that was also a good way and platform to really celebrate, the Black
Hmm.
history,
Hmm.
and give my input as well to the celebration. So really good to be there, and thank you for the opportunity to be on the platform.
Yes, absolutely. And it was a pleasure and an honor to have you in on the platform. You have lived in several areas of the world. Can you tell us a little bit about what the differences are? Because I know that you lived, for instance, you lived in The Hague, right? In the Netherlands. Now you're living in Australia. I think you also lived somewhere in Asia. Is that correct?
Yeah, in Malaysia, yes.
So, can you tell us? Can you take us through the differences that you have seen living in all these different parts of the world?
I always, even when I was young and didn't have really, the mean, I was always dreaming of, traveling and learning different languages. So uh, it's been really a dream come true for me. So, but what I could say is that, traveling around and meeting different people, it's really giving you it, it's an education in itself. So it's bringing so much into your life, especially if you really take the time to engage with local people, understand their
Yeah.
culture, understand their values. You learn from it. You basically, when you leave the country, you leave so rich, and that's, for me, that's wealth. Just going and interacting with different people, different culture is a big, for me, is my wealth, because I've learned from so many people. And people, those, in a way, people are the same, everywhere. And we speak different languages, we have different culture, but the values, that are standing out are the same. People want to be appreciated, people want you to respect their culture, people want you to respect them. So when you go and interact with people in a new country, that's what you have to do. Try to understand the culture, try to understand what people stand for, try to understand the communication codes, because there are codes in the communication, what you should say, what how you relate to them, and really go deep into it. I see people who come in a country and they never actually mingle with the local. They're just there. They tick and say they are there, but they've actually never interacted with any local person. They don't really know what those people eat. They don't really know how those people live. They're just there because they work and then they leave. But for me, it's been really a mission to get to know the people, to get to know their culture, to get to know why they stand for, because it's also giving me so much. I've learned so much from the different culture. I learned so much from people in the Netherlands. I've learned so much from people in Malaysia. I learned so much from people in Australia now, and it helped me to readjust myself, and to be able to be the best version of myself, which is what transpire in everything that I do. So it's been a very rich experience, and I would encourage people to really do that, because I think there's nothing that can replace learning that you get when you travel.
Maria, I have a question. What does it take to to bring a movement together? What are the moving parts?
You know, I think it comes down to your purpose and your mission. So when you have clarity,
Hmm.
about your mission, about your purpose, it becomes easy for you to attract people, because they see
Yeah.
that you're true. They see that especially if they like your mission, if they like your what you stand for. It's a bit, it's not difficult then, because people just come naturally to you, because they appreciate what you stand for, they appreciate
Okay.
what you do. So it's just now for you to make sure that you sustain this energy that you've created, sustain it, and make them believe that they are part of this. They're
Yeah.
part of your mission. They're part of what you're trying to create, and that's the effort that you do normally as a leader, really. So that's really what I would say. There's also a lot of effort to reach out to people as well, because sometimes people don't know you. So
Yeah.
it's a good thing to reach out to them. First, understand who they are, and then start to talk about what you stand for, and how it can help them to go to the next level of their greatness. So there's and that's really the work that you have to do. It takes a lot of effort, especially when
Yes.
people don't know you. to really, create this rapport and make them understand what you stand for, and make them believe that, they will gain something from, it doesn't have to be a material thing, but they will gain, something. They will gain, maybe become wiser, or they will, gain exposure on anything. So it's really understand what this the added value, make them understand what you
Yes.
can bring in their life, and then, the movement is just building itself. So that's, for me, is really about making sure that you, um, whatever you do, it's really what you stand for, and
Mhm.
you are really honest and true, because otherwise people will see clearly that, you're faking, or you're doing it, you don't
Right.
believe in
Just
it.
doing it
So
correct.
you have to be very authentic and believe
Mm-hmm.
in yourself, and being very clear about, your
Yeah.
mission and your purpose, and then people will start to follow you.
Absolutely. Wow. Great stuff. Marielle, you've been working so hard for the past few years. I mean, before we met, but you've revved it up a notch. And one of the things that Janie and I was working on with the Cystic Cosmetics, even though they are cosmetics for revenues, companies, but we wanted to really do something nice for you and possibly give you just some swag bags and stuff like that. You know, I've been giving it as samples, and we do want to highlight you, right? And we have more stuff coming to you.
Thank you.
Yes, and they're tokens of tokens. So they're thank you for contributing, for coming into the magazine, for coming on our show, so many things. And one of the things Janie's gonna go over is a massage candle because we want you to relax. And she's just gonna demonstrate when you get it because we are going to send you a box as a gift, and then of course in turn you can give out some gifts to your workers that worked so hard. So
Fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm really
yes.
looking for it.
You are very welcome. Yes, I am going to demonstrate the massage candle, which is one of the products that I'm very proud of. I'm also going to demonstrate hair because you and I have been talking about hair care as well, right? So, first, I'm going to explain what a massage candle is because we all know what a candle is. And personally, I really love candles. I love candle stuffs. I have wax melts. I love the scent of entering into a room and the whole room is filled with this luxurious, welcoming fragrance that makes you relax, that makes you feel at ease, that puts you in some sort of a comfort environment. With a massage candle, you have the basically it's based on, well, that's not basically, a massage candle is made of um, some oils and butter such as shea butter, mango butter, vitamin E, and with the um, massage candle from Cisse, we are working with vegetable waxes. So we don't use beeswax, but we use soy wax or coconut wax or even almond wax to create the massage candle. With the difference between a regular candle and a massage candle is that the melting point of the massage candle is so much lower than with a regular candle that you can use the melted wax. Actually, you can use it as a massage oil, and that is what I'm going to try to demonstrate now. Just let me know. This is a small sample that we have, and I already lit the candle so you can see it already formed some little bit of wax. This massage candle is based on soy wax, coconut butter, um, uh, uh, coconut butter, the other one, cocoa butter, shea butter, vitamin E. So I made sure that all the really friendly, skin friendly things are in there. And you also have the opportunity to have it with a certain fragrance that you like. For instance, some people love lavender, but other people's. I personally, I love the smell of fresh cut grass, of which Janelle was saying, "Oh, I didn't smell fresh cut grass there," but I really love the smell of that. So with this massage candle, you can because of the low melting point. I don't know if it's going to roll off my hand. You can directly pour it on your skin.
So it's not burning you.
It's not burning you, and you have a warmed massage oil that you can massage your body with. I have people that are not purchasing this as a massage oil, but just as a body lotion. Um, so you have with this, your body will smell great the whole day. So this is one of the products that we are going to send to you.
Fantastic.
Um,
You
and
deserve it. You deserve it,
absolutely,
Marielle.
Definitely. I
absolutely,
deserve it. I'm really looking
absolutely,
forward to it.
absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I personally really, really love this. This one, uh, you would have to tell us what are the fragrances that you like so that we make sure that they are in the box that is coming to you. Another demonstration, and this is why some people may think, why the hell is our hair looking like that? This this is because Janelle asked me to demonstrate some of the products, and I'm going to demonstrate you. We also
Well, it's
discussed
all for you, Marielle. The okra line, it's
Yeah.
all for you.
I'm
the
I'm
okra
really
line.
looking forward to the products, and then I can,
Yes.
share here as well.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have here the three products of out of the okra line. Um, we have a cleansing cream, which is basically a lot of people are not using a shampoo because their hair is being dried out by a shampoo. Well, I can talk an hour about that. Basically, it's about the ingredients that are being used in the shampoo. What we have created with the cleansing cream, it's basically a conditioner, a cleansing conditioner. So it also contains surfactants that cleanses your hair, but then mixed with a conditioner. So basically, you can call it a two-in-one product. So this is one of the products, and then we have the okra conditioner. And I know a lot of people know what okra is. Some people
Okra,
are.
I like okra, so it's good to.
It's an excellent product. It's a vegetable. For those that do not know, it's a vegetable. It's very healthy. It is filled with nutrition. Actually, something, and it's slimy. A lot of children do not like it, but it's super super healthy. And some time ago, it's now even being discovered by the cosmetic world, and they are now even mentioning and are calling it the Botox of nature, because okra has so many um, features and properties that basically are not being talked about. So the last one is the leave-in conditioner, and this one is the one that I'm going to demonstrate on my hair. I have not used conditioner in my hair for a very long time, I think for a week. What I have done is twisting my hair and leave it in twist. So before this morning, I took down the twist so it would be easier for me to demonstrate
Demonstrate.
the products. Let me see if I can get the conditioner opened. Um, Normally, what you would do is first use the cleansing cream as a shampoo. You massage it in your hair. You rinse out the hair. It doesn't want to open. You rinse out the hair. You rinse out the hair, and then you follow up with the conditioner, with the okra conditioner. Follow up. Leave it there for. Conditioner really works very very fast. A lot of black people, and I don't hope I'm offending people now, are having these lengthy wash days because they're leaving the conditioner in for 3-4 hours. the reality is that after 20 minutes, your hair isn't taking up any more stuff. So after 20 minutes, you can rinse it out. You can, and a good conditioner even works after 5 minutes. So really, after 5 minutes, you can rinse out the conditioner. And then the last part is the leave-in conditioner. Um, our leave-in conditioner has, I don't know if you can see it, it's a bit
Yeah.
brownish. We work with real extracts.
Mm-hmm.
um, why am I explaining that? Because we get the question, why is your why is it brown, or why isn't it white? Basically, that's the question mostly. Why isn't it white? Because we do not work with we work with real extracts. The okra extract is brown of color. There's also a slippery elm in there to give the hair a little bit more slip. So that's the reason why it's not white, but it has a slightly brownish color. This is a little bit much. Let me see what part. I'm going to
It's
demonstrate
good
it
to have
on
it
this
live, isn't it?
part,
Yes.
this part of my hair, and it is a little bit too much what I have now, but
Well, while Janie's doing that, we're going to acknowledge our guests here with us: Violet, Corey, April, Dr. Sims. Thank you for joining us. You know who is the great engineer, Marielle. Marielle. And as soon as Janie's finished, we're going to put Marielle's website up there so people can reach you, especially with all the amazing things that you have going on. Marielle, what came across my mind too, are you looking for ambassadors for the G1 500, G15?
Um, I'm not looking for ambassadors. I think it's I'm looking for women who are in engineering and who are working in those areas to take positions in their countries.
Mm-hmm.
So because it's specifically for engineering, so they're gonna be like a country representative,
Got it.
and yeah, so that's what we're looking. That's what I'm looking for this project. But I'm always looking for ambassador for the Greatness Engineering movement,
Yeah.
which is a movement that I think is serving everybody. Because for me, greatness engineering is at the core of everything that we do. And when we know that when we know our gift, when we know who we are, we engineer greatness wherever we go. So it's
absolutely.
really about pushing this philosophy through, so that people understand that they are unlimited, they have gift. If they don't know about it, they have to go back inside and understand who they are, and then
Yeah.
they'll understand the gift that they have, and then use this gift to create a better world, better world in the community, create positive impact in their community, in their families, and in their countries, or wherever they are. Really, use this gift to improve the life of others. So that's really where I'm looking for
Mm.
people to come in and push this philosophy.
Wow, wow, wow. For those that came on and hearing Marielle discuss her movement and then watching Janie comb her hair, they may think, what is she doing? But for those that are now coming in, and Marielle, thank you for the feedback. We are just giving Marielle a small presentation of a box that we're going to send her. And I know when she gets the box, she's going to really be in awe. It's going to
I'm gonna
smell really
scream.
good. It's going to smell really good. It is.
I'm gonna
So,
spell very good. Fantastic.
yeah. So back to Janie now
So
with the conditioner. Wow.
what I normally do, thank you, Janelle. What I normally do is when
Yeah.
after applying the conditioner, I put my hair in a twist, because in that way I keep the moisture better in my hair. Um, if I am not having like a public appearance or if I'm at home, my hair would be always in a twist and I keep it together because that is the way that we keep the moisture together. A lot of people are complaining about dry hair, breaking hair. There are very simple tricks and tips to keep the hair. And as you see, this my hair is very grateful. So um, it almost likes everything. This is one of the products that I particularly, and a lot of my clients in the Netherlands really like the okra, basically also because it has something that they recognize, right? I'm going to put it back. It's something that they recognize. It's the okra that they know from back home. It's a product that they eat. And for a lot of people, it's also very important that they have something of what they know that it is healthy. And so we would gladly, and I'm really happy that we are going to send you a box with some of the
I'm really
products.
looking forward to it, really.
We and I hope that once you receive them, once you've tested them, that you would want to come back to the show and discuss with us the results
The,
and and give us your feedback. But I'm really looking forward, and congratulations with the rewards. And I hope you can enjoy them, especially the wax melts and our massage candles.
I will
Yes. Oh,
definitely enjoy it. Don't worry about it. I
yeah.
love, and it's always very difficult to have, the right products here. So I'm really gonna enjoy it and try to bring those products here as well,
Great. I see that
because
I look
the
like a mess.
Well, Janie, can you grab Medio's website right there in the private chat and put it in for the banner to be around the screen? Before you go
The
to,
greatness engineer, you mean? The
yeah,
web. Okay, yes.
Medio, I got two questions for you. They're very important. Um, with your growth, right, especially over the course of the pandemic, where do you see yourself in the movement in another 2 years?
So with my growth, that's a very good question, but also a very difficult one. But as I said, I don't put any limit on myself, though. So and I've proven that, coming from a very humble beginning where we had so little, I managed to grow because I always dream big. And every time I achieve a step, I try to set, a higher, a higher bar for me. So I will continue to grow. It's like I tell people, there's no way to go back. It's gonna just go forward. I will continue to grow, and I think 2 years from now, I'll probably be very far compared to where I am right now. So, because I have very, very big dreams, and it looks like it's working, so I'm just gonna continue. It's not easy. It's not always easy, but I always get where I want to be. With the right efforts and the right support as well, because it's not happening. I'm not doing it alone. I need the team. I need, I have the advisors, the mentors. So it's a full team that helped me to go to the next level of my greatness, which is unlimited for me.
Great. We are seeing your website now. I'm going to show people how they can connect with you, and hopefully, if they hopefully they can read it. But if you go to the website, the greatness engineer.com, this is her website, and there you can find all the information that is giving you an idea of what you can find there with Mireille, and how you can also connect with her. I have another question actually, and I want to get back on the fact that you have been traveling so much, lived in several different areas so much. How has it changed you?
Oh, it has changed me tremendously. I mean, because sometimes when you face some adversity, because if you've not been able to travel and see different way of how people are coping with it in different countries, you can get stuck and and really be fearful. But I've seen, I've lived in countries where people are so poor. I live in countries where people are so rich. So when something happened to me, and it has also helped me a lot during the pandemic. I don't panic. I know that there's always somebody who is worse than me, and I always have an opportunity that's gonna show up. But I need to find this opportunity because I've seen people in countries, and especially in Asia, they have nothing, but what they do with what they have, it's amazing. And then you come in those very developed countries where there's just something missing, and
Yeah.
all over the place
And
they
people fall
complain.
apart.
People fall apart. They get into depression. They get into, and then you refer back to what you've seen in some of the countries. Like, this person didn't have anything. They didn't eat every day. They were living in very bad condition, but yet when you were talking to them, they were always happy, they were always hopeful, and they were always thinking about something better for themselves. So why am I going to worry? Those people are worse than me, and I have more, so I can get out of this situation. So it has helped me in this sense, being more optimistic, and being more, looking more at life on a positive, see the positive side of life, and really not dwelling into the negativity, and get stuck there. And I think that's because I've seen, different situation, different way of dealing with, challenges and obstacle, and it has helped. It helps me in everything that I do.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I really do believe that, like you said, when something small happens, people fall apart. I try to live by the principle of prosper where you are planted, because normally we always have the tendency to look at, if I had this, then I would be. If
Mm-hmm.
I had could be this, then if I was born in a rich family, then I would be.
Yeah.
If you just follow the principle of prospering where you are planted, because you have been put in a certain situation in a
Yes.
certain area for a reason. And I also believe that you're traveling and living in several countries, and your experiences there are there for a reason. And it's very beautiful to see that you took that and actually are helping others with that,
Yes.
not looking at, oh my god, oh, COVID is creating this, the pandemic this, but you are keep going, and you keep going, and keep the positive things, and that is really really great to see. And I'm sure that you are an example for many many young women.
Absolutely.
And that leads me to my last question. I don't know if you have another question, Janelle, but my question is, what would you say to younger people that do not have, or do not see, or do not have the feeling or the idea that they can reach what you have reached as well?
I mean, what I would say to younger, girls, and I always take my own example. Coming from a very humble family, my parents were not rich. My dad, especially when I look at my dad, never really would have had the opportunity to study if it was not for the church. And then, building on that, is basically, had this opportunity, and then gave us also the opportunity to really focus on, the positive side, which is, educate ourselves and learn from every single experience, and telling
Right.
us that that's really the wealth that we is going to leave us. That's the real wealth, is that, we don't have, the money, the thing like that, but the education and the determination that we have, is going to drive us, forward. And that's what I want to say, to all the young girls listening. It's that, it's not going to be easy, but don't give up.
Yeah.
Educate yourself,
Yes.
learn from everybody that you have
Yes.
around you, and use it for, to create opportunities for you.
Yes.
There's always somebody around that can, give you an advice that can, so
Yeah.
find those people. And if you
Mhm.
have the opportunity to get educated, educate yourself. Find a
Yes.
way to always educate yourself. That's what's going to carry you. That's what's going to create your network. That's what's going to, carry you the whole time, because you
Mm-hmm.
you know that even if you lose everything, you have this education that can carry you and create those opportunities for you. And stay focused, dream big, continue to dream big and stay focused. Life happen, but don't get, discouraged. You're gonna fall. Get up, and,
Yeah.
find a way, find the opportunity that will still, keep you going. And that's the most important thing.
Great,
Wow.
thank you. Yes, and I would like to add to that, even though it's not my the question is not asked to me, but I would I would really like to add to that, and I'm looking at Janelle and you as well. Find yourself a network of people that really believe in going further together, because we
Yes.
also know that a lot of us are scared to join forces because we don't have that mindset, or we are in some sort of I call it fear, that you see each other as competitors, instead of, and even if you are in the same field, instead of seeing that if you join forces, you will move forward together faster than when you try to do it on your own. And that is what I wanted to add to that. Um, for me, I would
Mm.
like to really thank you for your contribution, and it was
Welcome.
great having you here. And I hope that you, in the future, will come back to and have another show with us.
I will definitely come back. Thank you for this, amazing conversation, and also to, presenting other product. I'm really getting excited now. I'm gonna count the days, and
Yes.
when I receive the product, and really start shining here with them. So thank you so
Yeah.
much for having me, and thank you so much for, taking the time to really, show us what you're doing, because I think sometimes, we tend to disregard, especially when it comes to hair and, hairdressers. And I know that sometimes people have a lot of prejudice, over, and
Yeah.
they don't realize the work that comes, beyond all of this. So it's really beautiful
Yeah.
to see that.
Wow. It's funny you say that, but it's true. It's they don't people don't have respect for labels that they don't know. And I was having a conversation yesterday about the same thing. It's like you have to be a celebrity in order to get noticed. And that's why we are for small businesses and entrepreneurs, because at the end of the day, we have voices and we have ideas and we have talent. And this is important why we should all collaborate, even if we're not collaborating on the same subject. But like Jay said, to join forces and create a movement. So we can build around the things that we are doing, and just so you know, Mario, that the products, yes, they smell good and they do what it needs to do, but we're also going to be giving women jobs. And that's the beauty, and women that wouldn't even think that they are worthy. So these are the things that we do stand for. We want to give people chances and let them know that they exist. Yeah.
And
So
that's and
thank you so much,
that's what it's
Mario.
all about, collaboration, and really put, make sure that we give to people, and we will be, we will get back something anyway. So that's the
Yeah,
most
Absolutely.
yeah,
important part. Yeah.
Absolutely. Before we go, because
yeah.
I almost forgot, and I hope that April is still here, because April won one of the swag bags,
Oh, okay.
um, which
Yeah, yeah.
is
She'll be on
Janelle.
the health and wellness. Yeah, she'll be on the
Okay,
health and wellness concert, so she'll
okay.
she'll get it.
I'll,
Yeah,
I'll see her there
yeah,
then. Okay. Thank you very
yes.
much
Okay,
again for
Okay, all right. Thank you
for
very much as well.
thank you, and I hope to
okay.
see you back in our show. For now, to the viewers, thank you very much for being here. Be sure to be on the next show. We are going to bring you a very interesting. I'm not going to say anything, but I'm so excited for our next talk. And also today we have the health and wellness conference where we will touch on a lot of issues in health and wellness, so
Yeah.
make sure that you watch that as well. For now, thank you very much, and I
Bye
hope to see you.
bye.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye. Thank you.
Mwah. Okay. Bye bye.